Do you think fantasy films are fantastic? I do too. Well, I'm not going to go through some of my really big ones, but just the ones I really wanted to talk about. Let's get into it. You know how people say two is better than one? This two is better than one. It honestly, it makes me sad to think that we're not going to get the third one from this. Highly unlikely. Um, but I think that this is the perfect kind of blend of a lot of Guillermo del Toro's best assets, and his fantasy and his prosthetic work and his design in this movie is just on another level. Like there is this giant set piece with this plant god thing, and I just think it's interesting to think about how do we destroy the things that we think are monsters, but in the end, they're beautiful. This movie's all about that. Fantasy lends itself to animation, and this animated film is fantastic. It's also produced by Guillermo del Toro and has some of the most amazing imagery that I've seen in a movie that I thought I wasn't going to like. My boy Wolfgang bringing in the good again, the never ending story. Honestly, like they just don't make children's stuff like they used to. And I think that I've watched this recently and it still holds up. And I think you should watch it again too. Another area of fantasy is being able to live out some wish fulfillment. And this is a meta movie before I feel like even meta movies were really a thing. It's from a Shane Black script. And I don't know, a lot of people really bag on this movie, but I think it's really good. I think it's fun. I think Arnold's very self-aware here, and you have to kind of understand and be a fan of all of this stuff to really love this movie. It's kind of the cabin in the woods for horror for Arnold Schwarzenegger's career, and I think it's worth another look. Again, Joe Johnston, this is another guy that is just like a stable, good director. Like I rarely get things that are bad from him. And I think Jumanji is like the peak of fun. I love Robin Williams as this leading man. And it's obviously a trend that I love in these movies. Super fun. In starting our initial descent, we're going towards more the magical, real aspect of fantasy that is kind of talking about a greater theme. And this one is talking about, are our greatest artistic days behind us? And I think it does it beautifully. And it is just fun to hang out with Hemingway and Fitzgerald and Zelda and all those people. And I think this just is a beautiful movie and does a lot of those people justice. In our final fantasy genre, the passing through to another world to learn something more about our own, I think Pleasantville is really cool, even if some people feel like it's a little rote with its racist metaphor allegory. But Gary Ross, I feel like, is almost always good to me. I could do a whole series on him. But yeah, those are some of my favorite fantasy movies. Let me know what ones you guys think I left out and follow for more.